Hi there movie fans, and welcome to another edition of Movies and More. Now yesterday I had Richard come round and do a review. When I took it up to the PC to edit, it had no sound. So now Richard's gone on holiday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read Richard's script. So this is his review in my voice. So today we're looking at a movie called Pressure, a World War II drama that tackles everything you've always wanted to know about meteorology in wartime, but were afraid to ask, and to forecast whether we are looking here at clear blue skies or a bout of shitty squalls. So then, chocks away. Pressure is a 2026 cinema release directed by Anthony Maras, which tells the story of the D-Day landings from the perspective of Captain James Stagg, played with tortured intensity by Andrew Scott, on whose weather prediction the fate of the landings, and so in effect the fate of Europe, if not the world, so heavily depended. The need for secrecy to ensure a successful landing was paramount, and any delay in the penciled date for the invasion of Europe would surely alert the German army to the invasion force hurriedly massing on the English coast in anticipation of a landing in Normandy early June, and so scupper the best laid plans and all that. In typical English climactic fashion, therefore, the mother of all Atlantic summer storms decides to hove into view to threaten a postponement that would surely tip the day of reckoning in favour of the Nazis. And the film, unbelievably, given its rather dry subject matter, does an excellent job ramping up the tension, as Stagg is driven almost to despair to prove the accuracy of his predictions, and subsequently to find a small weather window, a literal break in the clouds that would allow the Armada to sail for the French coast almost as planned on the 6th of June 1944. But boy, was it a close run thing. This movie has a fairly small cast, with Brendan Fraser, who's terrific as Supreme Allied Commander Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was under immense pressure to decide when the landing should take place, if at all. And there is the abrasive, tactless General Bernard Montgomery, played by Damian Lewis, who was clearly swatted up on his history in capturing Montgomery's egotistical nature and inability to read the room where Supreme Allied Command was concerned. The film has the feel of a stage play, where the story could be told across a map room, a situation room, and Eisenhower's own office, which is unsurprising considering the movie was adapted by Maras and David Haig from Haig's own 2014 stage play of the same events. But in no way does that diminish the drama or tension, which anyway is undercut with some quite dramatic widescreen visual shots of massive waves, weather balloons, darkening skies, and ironclad battleships careening through white-tipped breakers, which is what makes Pressure, through its cinematic lens, a greater delight than other recent war movies, seemingly designed with the small screen in mind, like Nuremberg. World War II is still deserving of the big screen treatment. The only minor quibble is the sense that the rivalry between Stagg and the yee-haw American meteorologist Irving P. Crick, played by Chris Messina, leaning heavily into the loudmouth Yank stereotype in contrast to the reserved limey Stagg. It's a little bit overblown. Perhaps Crick really was gung-ho, know-it-all, but it just feels at times as if Maras is playing somewhat unnecessarily to the gallery, in order that we have a white hat to root for and a panto villain to boo. Despite this, or perhaps because of this, Pressure is well worth a watch, bringing to life a little known event on which the lives of millions ultimately came to depend, which is well acted, beautifully paced at 1 hour 40 minutes, and with tension aplenty. One of Richard's films of the year, to watch on repeat when it eventually hits a streaming platform. So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the review, even though it was me, not Richard. If you'd like to comment below, we will respond. Otherwise, please do subscribe if you can to our channel. And do look forward to our next edition of Movies and More coming soon.